Okay, so a very good afternoon to one and all present here. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 5C. Myself, Gargi Kara, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 8th International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Competitive Strategies, ICTCS 2023, Jaipur, India. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was organized yesterday in Jaipur, India, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom yesterday and today, that is 8th to 9th of December 2023. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the questions and answers. On 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of this session, Professor Narendra Londe. He is presently working as a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering of National Institute of Technology, Jaipur, Chhattisgarh, India. He has 14 years of rich experience in academics and research. He has published more than 150 articles in recognized journals, conferences, and books. His main areas of research include medical signal and image processing, biomedical instrumentation, speech signal processing, biometrics, intelligent healthcare, brain-computer interface, artificial intelligence, and pattern recognition. We gladly welcome you to the conference. Sir, would you like to share your few words with the participants?
Thank you, Gargi, for the introduction. I welcome all the participants to the session number 5C. Uh, as all of you know that we are in the virtual mode, so I expect that everyone present their work in the given formats of the PPT, and thereafter we'll have a good interaction about everyone's presentation. And I request all the participants here to put the queries in the given time, as Gargi has mentioned in the end of the presentation, so that this interaction can become interactive and more knowledgeable. Okay. So Gargi, you can call the first participant.
So, thank you, sir, for your words. So, let's begin with the presentations. So, the first paper we have is Arithmetic Optimization Algorithm, a review of variants and applications. And this will be presented by Shivani Thapar. You can share your screen and start the presentation. Shivani, are you there?
I think so. She is not here.
Okay, so let's move to the next presentation. So the next paper we have is COVID-19 disease prediction system from X-ray images using convolutional neural network. And this will be presented by Basam Akshata. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Good afternoon. Myself, I'm Akshita. And my title is COVID-19 disease prediction system from X-ray images using convolutional neural networks. So in my project, I'm going to abstract the main concept of my project is like when COVID-19 was occurred, how many people were affected due to that. So this coronavirus was affected to many people, like it was affected by human to human in a equal manner. So this COVID-19 was verified by like using few testers like chest X-rays, images, and all. So So coming to my introduction, so in this project we have used CNN and DCCN model. So by using CNN and DCCN model, we are increasing the accuracy levels. So like these both CNN and DCC models are used to implement. We are using implementation in Python. So this was used like we have used some hyperparameters, like we have used RT-PCR, like to test whether the person is having COVID-19 or not. So this is an effective model. Like it have a very small memory size. It was whatever the related work we have done is like it is a easy spreadable diseases. It was spreadable by person to person, like cough, sneeze, talks, and breathe. Coming to related work, like government has taken the actions like putting such as lockdown, social distance, mask, and vacation programs, dispersing effects in a it is easy spreadable model. And in this we have used machine learning and deep learning algorithms. Yeah, coming to proposed system, like before it, they were used chest X-rays and all. So, like in this, we have used RT-PCR. It is a new version of searching whether the person is having COVID-19 or not. So in this, we have used few types of algorithms. Like mostly we have used CNN classification. Like firstly, we have giving the input of chest X-rays, and next we are calculating the performance accuracy, like giving the output whether the person is like checking that the person is having COVID-19 or not. So the algorithm we have implemented is, first we are giving the chest X-rays images, and next we are loading the like we X-rays, like collecting few types of data sets, and next we are applying the data pre-processing, and next we are resizing the X-rays images, and next we are calculating the pixel values and applying CNN models. Next we are going to train the random weights of that CX images, and next we are calculating the prediction values and classifying the model functions, evaluating the performance matrices. So coming to in the implementation process, what we are doing is, firstly we are collecting a few types of images. Like it is like in coronavirus also we are having few different types of diseases. So we are taking few like we are collecting few images, and next we are using, by using CNN models, we are classifying the CX images is designed in analysis to classify the chest X-rays. And next we are using few types of layers that are fully connected, dropout, and loss function and optimization. Next we are calculating the performance evaluation. In performance evaluation, we are we are collecting few data like recall, FI sources, and relevant merits. So coming to the conclusion, before the primary objective is enhanced, healthcare is capability in the regions facing a shortage of randomized, like seeing the X-rays images, just we are finding that the person is having COVID or not. Why we have used this model? Because before the accuracy, by using CNN and DCCN model, before the accuracy level was low, now the accuracy level was very high. So these are the references I have taken from this project.
Anyone having any questions?
Okay, Akshita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a CNN application to the diagnosis of COVID-19 in X-ray images.
Yes.
Basically, I was expecting some visual results in this, where you can show where the X-ray images infected with the uh, COVID-19, where you can show precisely that why, when the COVID-19 has happened, what is exactly observed in the X-ray images, and based on that, what your CNN has found in that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that was expected, but looking into your review of the work that you are just that is available on the screen, it seems that uh, you have done a related review of the methods those who have been proposed in the by the different variants of the CNNs, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have a one question here that can you please brief about the data sets that these models have used, or whether they are having the similar data set or they were having the different data sets?
Just we have collected few types of images, sir, in that. Like, one. Yes, sir. Just we have collected few types of chest X-rays images. Like, uh, just we have implemented the images, and comparatively we are doing that whether that person is having COVID-19 or not. By
Now, one thing is here that if you see here COVID-19 people, that you have said non-COVID-19 affected peoples and COVID affected people.
yes, sir.
Okay, even if I consider this one, what was the number of patients having the COVID-19? How many number of patients not having the COVID-19? How many numbers that you have taken?
Uh, just we have taken a few images, like few chest X-rays
See,
images.
when we talk about applying a deep learning models, basically the data required is very high,
Yes, sir.
and there should not be an imbalance. Okay, the data should be balanced, otherwise the data the network will biased. Okay,
Yes,
it will become biased and it will show results only for the only for maybe affected, which is, or maybe non-affected.
yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to be a bit precise on this. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so that is the suggestion from my side. Any
Okay.
other participant wants to have a wants to put a question to this? Okay, thank you,
Mm. Thank you, sir.
Akshita.
Thank you, sir.
Next candidate, please.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank
So
you.
the next candidate we have is Vaishnav Chaudhary, and he will be presenting the paper Deep Learning Approach for Early Diagnosis of Alzheimer's Disease. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Okay, good afternoon, one and all present here. So I will be presenting on the topic that is the deep learning approach for early diagnosis of Alzheimer disease. So this research paper has been done by our group, that is myself, Vaishnav, then Shriya, Yash, and the Professor Shamla Mantri. And we are from Dr. Vishwanath Karad MIT World Peace University, Pune. Then the intro to our paper. That Alzheimer disease is a neurological disorder resulting in the loss of brain cells and decrease in brain tissue volume, ultimately leading to dementia. It is primarily cause of approximately 60 to 70% of dementia cases, significantly impacting the cognitive abilities. The current study that estimates around 55 million individuals worldwide are affected by dementia, with a projected doubling of this number in the foreseeable upcoming future. Geographically, regions heavily impacted by the Alzheimer. Geographical regions heavily impacted by the Alzheimer's and the dementia includes China, India, and various South Asian countries. Then the background to our paper includes the Alzheimer disease impacts millions globally, primarily characterized by the cognitive decline and the disruptive behavioral challenges. The drug trials for the Alzheimer's often fail, hindering early patient identification, prompting a focus on non-invasive imaging to understand its molecular whole process. The advancement in latest big data, deep learning, and computational capabilities facilitates easier disease diagnosis and its classification. The CNN, that is the convolutional neural network, outperform traditional machine learning in Alzheimer's diagnosis via MRI analysis. The study utilizes a Hadoop-based framework and a deep learning to detect the early Alzheimer's biomarkers by integrating NRI and neuropsychological test results. The brain features are extracted from the neuropsychological scores, MRI, and neurochemical data to understand the structural, neurochemical, as well as the behavioral aspects. The combination of our exception net and SVM classifier aids that gives the accurate final classification that will be validated by the clinicians, doctors through the feature selection as well as the assemble based classification. Then the related the works available to our Alzheimer disease are dementia affects memory, behavior, as well as the daily functioning, prompting exploration of the machine learning and the big data for Alzheimer prevention. One system predicts cognitive states and identifies Alzheimer risk through supervised classification techniques. Then various machine learning algorithms are employed to determine optimal parameters for Alzheimer prediction. The Hadoop-based platform utilizes MRI, MRS, and neuropsychological data to discover early Alzheimer biomarkers, as I mentioned. The comprehensive data integration, that is imaging, genetics, lifestyle, is proposed for diagnosis as well as the prognosis. The deep learning architecture combined with the big data analytics are suggested for progressive Alzheimer disease identification. Then the problem formulation to our paper is Alzheimer disease has a significant global impact and present challenges in early diagnosis due to subtle symptoms and lack of awareness. The classification of Alzheimer into early and late onset is based on age groups affecting diagnosis and the treatment approaches. The diagnostic procedures involve memory test, neurological evaluation, blood test, as well as the neuroimaging techniques like MRI. The symptom progresses across stages impacting memory, behavior, and the daily function. Previous studies explore machine learning as well as the big data analytics for Alzheimer diagnosis, showcasing potential for advancement in the early detection and treatment planning. The methodology involves diverse data collection that can be tabular as well as the image data from the sources like Kaggle dataset, utilizing advanced algorithm like CNN and decision classifier. The utilization of data sets like ADNI and the hardware aging brain study is crucial for comprehensive analysis and the understanding of Alzheimer disease progression. Then the research work to our paper is the main objective to our research work was to focus on the Alzheimer diagnosis utilizing a combination of Hadoop-based big data frameworks and deep learning techniques. Then the data source that we used was from the Kaggle that was compromising of both tabular as well as image data, where we categorize it into demented, non-demented, mild, as well as the moderate dementia, which is around 5,121 images. Then we did the data processing, where before analysis, the data set underwent normalization, then the resizing, rotation, as well as smoothing, and the skull stripping to optimize the data for analysis. Then the extraction of features from that images were done by ExceptionNet as well as RASNet dating to extract features from the pre-processed image. Then we used the big data analytics framework, that is the Hadoop was essential for managing as well as processing the extensive data sets, integrating parameters like socio-economic status and cognitive test. Then we use the classifier, that is a decision classifier, to categorize data into respective classes. Then the whole evaluation of the model was done by to get the performance of that model with the metrics like F1 score, area under the curve, and the mean square error, achieving an accuracy of around 85 to 95%. Then the data visualization was done with the Power BI to visually represent the data set through graphs correlating different parameters like age, symptom for better comprehension. Then basically our system goes like this. First, we done with the data collection, then the deep data pre-processing was done, then the data handling was done, then we applied the decision tree classifier, then we just fitted the data, then we trained the model, then to analyze that particular results, and then displaying the results for that particular dementia. Then the results are comprised of the model used for textual data by using the discrete tree classification that gives an accuracy of around 85 to 95%. The model was able to successfully predict the patient report into the specific class and helps to treat that particular patient. As a result, our model is capable of analyzing both text and visual data, as I mentioned. So this is sample as we present the result for our research paper. Then the conclusion to our paper. So we identified the research gap in the existing diagnosis of this Alzheimer disease. So there was a need for the early diagnosis of this disease. So we evolved the whole process. Our model demonstrated proficiency in handling diverse text and the visual data types, showcasing promising outcomes. It effectively distinguishes between the different Alzheimer types based on image analysis accuracy. The technology's potential lies in its suitability for widespread application, presenting an affordable and easy accessible solution for remote diagnosing purposes. So these are the references. Thank you for watching.
Vaishnav,
Yeah, yes.
uh, first of all, when you was talking about the related work, you should have told
Yeah,
us, you should have shown us that who has done that work. Actually, you have mentioned about some models. You have, if you'll go to the slide of related work.
yeah, just yeah, yes,
You can see here dementia affects memory, behavior, and daily functioning. Machine learning and big data for the learner prevention has been used. So
yeah.
you must actually give those references at the end, and you should cite those references here. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir. Yeah,
because see, handloom based platform, who has used that handloom based platform, we
okay,
are we are not getting that thing. Okay,
okay, yes,
this is just giving an idea that this kind of platform has been used, but who has used that one,
okay, yeah,
this should also be included, right?
yeah,
Another
yes,
question to another question is there, Vaishnav.
yeah,
You have talked about in this only that comprehensive data integration is proposed for diagnosis and prognosis. Can you
yeah.
please tell me the difference between diagnosis and prognosis?
Sir, can you please some repeat? There is some background noise from my side, so I cannot hear you.
I am asking that what is the difference between diagnosis and prognosis?
So basically, diagnosis is just used for identification. This is like via examination, what we do via examination, it can be done. While the prognosis, which follows the prediction of that particular disease and helps for the treatment for that particular results.
Okay, and you in your proposed model you said that for the classification you have used decision tree. What
Yeah,
was the
yes,
what was the reason of choosing decision tree, even after using the deep learning methods? Okay, you could have used directly your fully connected layer there and find out, you could have done the classification, but instead you have used a conventional decision tree classifier. What is the reason for that?
so basically, what we are doing is, we are collecting the data in various formats. Like the patient's data is collected, like we can collect his samples of that, his blood pressure, his uh, very different parameters, like whatever he is suffering. So we had to classify that particular data in the particular, like the main classification has to be done. So just we use the decision rules. So we use this type of decision tree classifier.
Okay, any other question from the participants to Vaishnav? Okay, fine, thank you, Vaishnav.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Gargi, next
Yes, thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the
Thank
next
you.
paper. And the next paper we have is EcoGuard, an integrated AI sensor system for monitoring wildlife and sustainable forest management. And this will be presented by Nikhilesh Krishna. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Namaste, I'm Niklesh. Am I audible? Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. Namaste, I'm Niklesh Krishna and very enthusiastic to present to you an impactful paper, EcoGuard, an integrated AI sensor system for monitoring wildlife and sustainable forest management. The paper mainly resonates with subject safe and hindered motion of humans from beach or exploration or otherwise routing or guiding in isolated terrain and wilderness. Ecosystem is now stacked priority. With it concerned, humans must necessarily help in revitalizing Mother Nature, wherein interacting with dynamic nature is what we deal and provide solution with EcoGuard. There are many instances of fatal human-beast encounters. One coming from Maharashtra, where due to tigers alone, there is a count nearing 10,000 cattle killings and also 88 human deaths alone in 2020 alone. EcoGuard mainly consists of environmental sensor nodes, a prototype that we have prepared, which is to be laid down in the forest, forming a mesh-type topology for transferring of information in non-linear method, using wirelessly using Bluetooth, or also by guided media like that of the cables or wires. The noded prototype then collects the data and give them to the forest authority or any case-wise farmer stations. Yeah. These are the papers I, along with my mates, had referred to initiate very first notions of the EcoGuard. These include IoT sensor preventing camel collisions, and also YOLO for object detection and tracking, and integrated regression for forest fire detection. This paper mainly presents advancement in crucial areas like road safety, computer vision, and forest fire detection techniques. EcoGuard has its focus main on 4 actions. First one, beast detection and communication. The device captures real-time images and classifies the threat included in the various groupment of the object. This data is then transmitted to the server via mesh topology. The second function is navigation methods. The imminent threat of losing the way by travelers during exploration or anywise expedition is solved by facilitating navigation, where the user is provided with the location using nearby implanted devices. That is our prototype. The third function we are focusing is collection of biodata. By strategically analyzing the precise routes and rhythms of the wildlife, informed policy designs could be decided and acted upon. Also, possessing flexibility to the researchers to study the wildlife. The fourth function that we focused is forest fire, alerting and premature stopping. The device can identify the cases of forest fire from the information sensed by the various sensors that we are using, also extending the surveillance to any criminal activities like illegal poaching or cutting of the trees. Methodology. Setting up the EcoGuard involves assembling hardware components and establishing IoT connections. It then involves cam and sensors to detect the environment, which further provide alerting messages based upon threat so concluded. This is a prototype that we have designed. This includes temperature module, gas sensor, Arduino, servo motor, FDTI module, and also ultrasonic and ESP32 cam. We have defining goals that AI has to enact and conclude on. The combination of some of the groupings that the cam can detect has made clear on the screen, where one of it is when a person is detected with a cutting objects, there would be a case of possible poaching, that is animal poaching, or also there could be a case of deforestation, which then an alert message will be sent. Also, the second one is referring to a person near to the stop sign. That can very well be concluded of person entering in a danger zone, or person spotted near the proximity of non-access areas. Also, a person detected with the beast. That is the main focus of project, where alert message would be sent very directly to the person or also the authority. Such cases to eradicate any big dangers and all big dangers. Yeah. Thus also actuators in form of sensor has done role of capturing essentials like distance, gas values, temperature, which all intelligently arrive at paramount information and significant conclusions. The remarks can evidently warn of any undesired event. Also, vital data collected proves a lot in registering of the loss for the forest management, where a good policy could be made whilst analyzing of the data born. Here we can see if there is an increased spike in the gas and the temperature at the same time, the the information could be then sent of the possible case of the fire, and also if there is a distortment in the distances stored in the array, we can very well conclude that an object could be spotted. The SDGs we try to address are SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production, where now the nice isolated areas are now filled with tourists, thus boosting the economy of the locals. SDG 13, which is climate action. Our prototype helps in combating ever so dangerous forest fire, thus acting for protection of environment. SDG 15, that is life on land. We provide more versatility and harmony in collisions between manlyhood and the wild. In conclusion, our paper presents integrated approach of YOLO and sensors with algorithms that analyze and give informed decision on the forest surveillance, and also we try to redefine tourism, promote conservation, and reducing habitat disruption. We would like to extend our gratitude to our college, Amrita Vishwavidyapitham, to providing such an opportunity, and to all our faculty teachers for everlasting support that they have given all throughout the project. And also to our Chancellor, Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi, for the grace that she has provided that let us to view, integrate, and eligible ideas. These are some references which we have referred to conclude our project. Thank you.
Krishna, this is really a good attempt, like what you have shown to us. IoT based developing an IoT based system basically requires a lot of connections. Say if, as you are talking about this EcoGuard, so it is expected that all these sensors will be scattered around in the areas of kilometers or some huge areas, right?
Yes, sir.
So in all your sensors that you have mentioned, okay, the maximum distance that they cover, it's only 23 meters, okay, and
Yes, sir.
there is a very good chance that two sensors can interfere with each other. Is there any have you experimented with that?
Yes, sir, we thought about it. The thing is, the sensor nodes, we call it nodes, where we keep in such a regions where the interaction of those two things are minimal. I mean, we could pre-decide upon it while registering and implanting the model itself at that time. So such that there is a minimal collision of the area that they um, survey.
Okay, and how do you transfer the data? Say that if I'm having, because I cannot put the wires everywhere, right, in the
Yes, sir.
forest region. Okay, so the
Sir, we
communication
plan.
should be wireless. But the model that you have prepared, I could see that you have connected all the wires. Have you tried any experiment with the wireless sensors?
So we actually use the FDTM module in the Bluetooth connection way for larger areas where there could be disturbance. For example, a cliff coming in between the region, or else maybe
Yes,
we can
yes.
say rivers. At that time, wide like guided way of connection, that is through cables or wire, is then helpful. Otherwise, for the short distances, we plan to do it in a wireless way, that is through Wi-Fi.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mr. Krishna.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
next presenter, please.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next presentation, and it is face recognition for attendance system in online classes, and this will be presented by Jay Kumar S. Patel. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Madam, it say you can't start screen shares. Okay. Okay, I hope my audio is audible and PPT is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. My topic of research is face recognition for attendance system in online classes. The author of this research is Savita Gandhi, myself, Jay Kumar, Ankan Mazumdar, and Suraj Singh. We all are from Gujarat University, Ahmedabad. As from the title, I think it is very much clear what we are researching about. So, if we continue with the introduction, attendance is very important metrics in all the educational institute. Uh, Many of institute that have already implemented some of the methodologies, say for example, Rocker, that is traditional method that are going from many years. Then RFID, radio frequency identification, fingerprints, iris, and face identification. But as of now, whatever the method that is used by any educational institute, in that the time is very much taken because the students are going one by one giving fingerprints or face recognition, all that. Yes, few of the research are going on automated attendance system in the class, but that will work only with the proper lighting and all that. So here we are, our intention is to focus on the real time scenario. uh, in the COVID time, we have think about the why not to do with the online classes as nowadays government is also concentrated on the online distance learning and all that. Okay, so we have focused on the online classes in this research paper here. Okay, so what we are doing here, that we are taking a screenshot of online classes where videos cameras should be on. That is our condition that video camera should be on. Then we are fetching the frames and detecting the face of each students, and then we are extracting the features from the face, and that features are matched with the students database that is already been taken. And here we are using the database of different 5 courses for a particular student. So if there are 30 students in the class, we are taking 30 into 5 of database. And finally, the face recognition is done. Okay, so for recognition, here we are using different CNN model, that is VGG, FaceNet, RaceNet, DeepFace, and all that. We have used total 4 CNN models. Uh, but here, what we are doing, we are not just using as it is. We are modifying the last layer of CNN model, that is classification layer, that we are modifying. How we will see in further slide. So in implementation, what we have done, that we have first captures the frame. As I have told you, we are taking a screenshot, or we can capture the frame from video also and convert it into images. And then we are performing face detection, and then feature extraction, and then finally doing the classification for the recognition. Data set that we are using is of Department of Computer Science, Gujarat University, and we have used some pre-processing on the images. So this type of screenshot that we are taking from the online lectures, it is actually my lecture only. So the students who are not whose camera is not on, that we are not considering as of now. Okay, so for detecting the faces, we are using hard classifier. Hard classifier will work something like this, and whenever it detect a particular face, it will fetch it and fetch it for the comparison with the database. And also, we have done some modification, as I told you, in the last layer of the CNN model, that is classification layer. So in which what we are doing, we are using CNN as well as autoencoder and using some transfer learning. Okay, so what we have done, we have used uh, 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 retain the last layer on the triple loss function. This type of function is used, and we have retrained the last layer of CNN model, and then so the after the training, it will fetch the vector of different features from the face. And some pre-processing that we have done in images that you can see here in image number A, this type of face will be fetched, and finally you will get the image G type of face, so that recognition can be done in better way. We are also using distant matrix for the uh, uh, verification of the image. Okay, and we have set some tracer value so that if the particular face is two faces are in comparison, if two faces are matching more than some fixed tracer value, that is 0.5 in our case. So at that time, it will be considered as a same face as in database. Okay, so we are using different model of CNN. First, we have used DLIP, so also known as RaceNet 34. So it is already been trained on uh, train model which have the accuracy of 99.38% of accuracy, and then we have applied this model in our data set. So here we are getting accuracy of 0.87% and the precision of 0.78%. And then using FaceNet that is provided by Google LayNet, uh, that is providing us the overall accuracy of 0.81% and the precision of 0.87%. That is quite good, I think. And then we have used VGG phase, that is also giving precision of zero point 0.8, sorry, accuracy of 0.8 and precision of up to 0.84. And then we have applied the deep FaceNet. It is also giving accuracy of 0.72%, and the precision is not good in deep face net here. So if we see the overall result from our research, the accuracy is vary between 0.7 to 0.8 in first three model RaceNet, FaceNet, and VGG phase. But if we coming to the precision, the VGG phase can go up to the somewhere near about the 0.9%. So 90% precision is there in VGG FaceNet. So here, this diagram will show you how these different model are compared. So if I conclude my research, so here we can say that VGG phase test can give the precision of almost 90%. That has been in our case. But as we know, in attendance system, if I can say anything less than 98% or 99%, that is not good enough, because it will ultimately affect on the performance of the student. So in further, we should increase this precision, as well as we are planning to implement the same thing using the CCTV that has been installed in the educational institute, and using that CCTV frames, we want to identify the face and measure the attendance, record the attendance. We have already started the work on this CCTV thing. Okay, and the references that we have taken are some of these. Okay, so that is all from my side. Any question, please let me know.
Sir, do you have any questions?
Mr. Jay Kumar,
Yes, sir.
okay. See, nowadays, what you're talking about, that detecting the faces, based
Yes.
on that you want to take the attendance. Okay,
Yes.
but happens in this, that when all of them are showing you the cameras, okay, all they are
Yes.
making switching on their cameras,
Yes.
the signal strength becomes very weak, and it is many times happens. You also must have experienced that the actually system does not work when
Yeah.
many students complains that they at their home place or whatever wherever they are using there is a bandwidth problem and they are not able to switch on their cameras. When they are switching on the cameras they are not able to remain connected, or there is internet connections are getting disconnected in such cases. Okay,
Okay.
so what do you think in that cases, what how you will solve the problem of taking your attendance using this face
In
recognition?
that case, sir, we have thought about it. That say, for example, a lecture of 45 minutes is there.
Hmm.
Okay, so we will record the all the video recording, and then we will capture the frame at particular interval. So
Hmm.
if twice, two time, three time, four time, if student is there, any of the frame will capture that. So that
So
kind
it
of
means you
solution,
have you don't have to process you have to process entire video. Okay, so and that is
yes,
done
and
by the
from video, yes, from
recording
video,
of
ultimately
some
we are, yes, sir, sorry.
finding the images only, right?
Yes, yes,
है ना? But in
yes,
that video also say that if I'm talking about a video of say 1 hour lecture, right?
yes,
It will be in some GBs,
yes,
and when you are processing those every frame of that image, that will be huge number of images.
yes, that
Whether
is
your
the,
model is whether your model is able to perform the face recognition on all that images,
yes, that is require a big requirement for the system.
right?
Yes,
Okay, thank you, Mr. Patel.
okay, thank you, sir.
Nice attempt. This is something realistic where, as we all know that online lecturing is
Yes,
increasing day by day because of not because of the COVID-19. Now it is over, but the thing is that it has become an alternative tool of education
yes,
now, because people want to get educated from the distant places, and
yes,
they are using this tool as a to increase their knowledge. So it's
yes,
not bad at all. But the thing is that yes, it is very important that whenever the online lecturing is happening, the
yes,
student must receive what has been taught to him, and the interaction should be very good enough so that 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 entire process becomes a knowledgeable one, right?
yes,
So
yes.
nice work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Next, please.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next paper, and it is penetration testing for the cloud-based web application, and it will be presented by Sajjan Singh Nehal. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Thank you, Gaga. Let me share my screen. Just give me a moment. Can you see my screen yet? Hello.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Thank you. Myself, Sajjan Singh. I'm MSc Cybersecurity and I am offensive security certified. I'm working as a penetration tester. Let's begin our presentation. Penetration testing for the cloud-based web application. Agenda. Introduction, finding, conclusion, and recommendation. Introduction. As we know, penetration testing is a type of security testing. We identify the vulnerabilities, bugs in their system. Same techniques and methods used as a black hat hacker or a threat actor. As we know, cloud computing, we directly or indirectly use in daily life. So, cloud provider only responsible for off the cloud, such as uh, hardware, virtualization, and networking and physical security. But customers are responsible for in the cloud, like operating system, application, firewalls, and login conditions. That's first we need to have a AWS account to access our cloud platform. As we know, AWS is a wide range provide cloud services. First, we need to create a EC2 instance. As you can see here, we created, and we need to install PHP and MySQL as well. And the damn vulnerable web application to test the environment. The main goal is vulnerable app to check the better understanding of the cloud security web application. Nmap. Nmap is a great tool for information gathering. Yeah, is a enumeration is the key of success in every attack. So first we need to scan the host. As shown this picture, we got a 22 port is open as such is running and the server service name and version, and another port is open, port 80 HTTP is working on Apache version number as well. So there is a vulnerability called file restriction or incorrect file type validation. As you can see here is a file upload input. So this weakness is we can upload any type of HTML, PHP, ASP, JavaScript, or any type of file. If vulnerability happen, is a common example is showing here, like as we can see, there is a choose an image, but we uploaded a backdoor.php successfully on our cloud-based system, and it to prevent this, we must ensure the file restriction as per the requirement, and file must be validated in a front end and back end. Command injection. Injection is also known as RCE, remote code execution. Is underlying is working as like a normal command line interface, such as ping. We can list the directories, make the directories, copy, move, etc. So here we can see is as a result we make the two directories. As you can see, two result we successfully created two directories here. So it's a common example. Somehow the web application are allowing to pinging a device, but we can add the two and percent sign, and then we can do whatever we want here. To prevent this, we must ensure data must be validated and sanitized before going the underlying operating system. Must be set on a front end and back end as well. Cross-site scripting, also known as XSS. This can be done by JavaScript. It's basically it's a type of like XSS vulnerability, and we can run JavaScript code in a user's browser. As you can see here is a JavaScript code, and you can see here in a source code as well. As you can see here, as a result, we successfully pop up a JavaScript code. So common example is a search field. If we type something and search about it, then we can put it JavaScript code in it, and then as you can see, result is here. And before to preventing this vulnerability, the data must be sanitized and filter backend and front end as well, and make sure like every input data must be encoded after submission. Storage access. This type of is another type of access. Basically, is stored because of uh, as a common example, comment on a blog post. So if we normal type is showing this, and but if we enter a JavaScript code, or we can also enter HTML tags as well, or any uh, backend query if we know. So here we done it HTML tag, and we successfully create two fields here. As you can see, result is here. So it's common type access, stored accesses. To prevent this, we uh, must remove the syntax like HTML tags, any JavaScript code, anything. DOM-based access is a JavaScript code is basically HTML tags are written by JavaScript code in on a backend, like API calls through the Ajax and writing in the HTMLs. So it can be both reflected or stored as well. So common example, if here is like a choose an language. If we choose like English to like France or German, then it shows here. So from here, it's when we can put JavaScript code in it, then it's reflected on a JavaScript pop-up. To prevent this, same methods are used as other uh, XSS type, XSS attacks to prevention. Conclusion. We provide major tools and techniques and approaches and giving the whole overview security infrastructure on a cloud-based application. And there are some limitations we can't use on a public-based tests. So we can prevent these all vulnerabilities and bugs to securing and fixing using standards and framework methods such as OWASP Top 10 and NIST open source security uh, testing methods manual and penetration testing execution standard. To we can investigation more further down using automatic tools and AI based tools and more tools such as like Metasploit Pro, Burp Pro, and a massive scanner, massive vulnerability scanners such as Nexus and OWASP, and we can help chatbots, ChatGPT, and Microsoft Copilot. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nihal. See, in the today's time now, all we can really see that people are now using web IoT based web applications and on a large groups also.
Yeah.
I have what you have said is very important to us, to me as well, because I am also
Mhm.
developing some applications which actually we have developed by using um, some deep learning machine algorithms and all, and we are trying to embed them into the, say, mobile apps and like
Mobile
that.
application. Yeah.
Okay, so in this process, I want to ask you: is it there is a Android programming is there? Say that if I'm putting into the mobiles, okay, so
Mhm.
people say that Android programming we have to do. How it is different from what you are showing that doing with the Java?
Uh, Basically, we deployed a PHP and MySQL application over there. But
Hmm,
some like Android application using API calls
right.
from cloud-based applications. Through the cloud-based APIs, we can test it from in between, like using Burp Suite. Uh, so we can test in between like a app, Android application and a web application. Because nowadays are using like a same website and a backend interface using a website and mobile apps as well. So we can test the using API calls.
Okay, and doing the testing and finally putting into the app store. That is the these things two things are different. We have to perform these two things differently, or we can do it in the same app store. Say that
No,
I have developed an app. Okay, I want
mhm,
to test that app. Okay,
mhm.
So does it need to be entered into the App Store, or we have to test it separately before giving to the App Store?
No, before giving to the App Store. Because
Okay.
if like a somehow bad actor or like a black hat hacker knows the vulnerability of your app, then it can destroy everything, as I shown you. So,
Mhm.
but make sure like a testing before doing into the production. So you need to give the as a some penetration tester to give the test the first, and then if anything like like a pen tester like find a vulnerability or bugs in your app, then you must patch it and then you can put it in a production.
For doing that testing, that's what I'm asking. That is
Yeah,
what my concern was, that testing is required. I understood that, but I want to test it on the mobile itself. So is it possible that because that kind of application we need to embed into the mobiles only, because it is related to something which is to the users, those who are using the mobiles, right?
yeah, yeah.
So testing it for the mobile without keeping it to the App Store, how do you do that?
Now, basically, we need the .apk file,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to put it in an emulator.
Okay,
So
emulators.
yeah, emulator, use an emulator. We like we can use a proxy tools to like whenever we type or something, log in, and then we can see request is going to somewhere
Mm-hmm.
in the burp suite. Burp suite is a good tool to analyze the uh, uh, web requests.
Right.
So then we can identify the flaws over there.
Okay.
If some like a request going from your app to the cloud.
Cloud. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Srinivas.
you. Thank you.
It was a pleasure hearing your presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, Nagar.
Let's move to the next presentation, and it is recurrent neural network based energy management system in electrical vehicle application with hybrid energy sources. So the presenter can share the screen and start the presentation.
Good afternoon, all. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. Due to some reasons, Harsh Jonle is not available to present today. Myself is Sneha Jonle. I'm one of the author, and Harsh is doing his PhD in this area. So this is one of the conference work which is presented today here only. So this is the outline of today's presentation. So basically, we are looking for the AI application to the electric vehicle, which is a fuel cell based electric vehicle. As all of you know that right now many research is going on in a fuel cell which can be used for our electric vehicle to reduce the CO2 consumption. Instead of diesel petrol, we can go for a fuel cell as a primary source, which is run on a hydrogen base. It generates electricity using hydrogen, and it delivers, that is a byproduct is only the water. It requires hydrogen and oxygen as an input, and it delivers the electricity. So there is a research going on for a hybrid electric vehicle where we can use a fuel cell, battery, and the ultra capacitor. These three are the three different sources which can be combined to run your electric car. So for balancing all these three energy sources output, we need an energy management system which handles how to track your requirement of the speed. So this is the motivation that there are many parts for electrical vehicle. If you try to design or implement, there is a power inverters, power conditioners, hybrid system design, then hybrid system integration testing, operation maintenance issues, robust control for integrated system, etc. Then there is a vehicle cost on board, what hydrogen storage is taking. So many issues are there, and many research areas are available for doing this work in a electrical vehicle sector. But we are focusing mainly on a robust control to integrate the different hybrid sources for electrical vehicle. So recently developed fuel cell, 2-3 examples have shown that Asia specific fuel cell technology has developed the motor scooter for using PM fuel cell. Then Toyota is already launches the Mirai FCV, that is a fuel cell based vehicle in Japan, and the work is going on this also. Then Honda Clarity fuel cell, that is also in development phase. So what is exactly the energy management for FCVs, that is fuel cell electric vehicle? There are 3 layers because power electronics is the hard core of the electrical vehicle. So there are primary controls which are developed long back, like PI controllers and frequency separation controllers. They are there and they needs to be very precise for this type of application. Based on this, how integrate we can integrate on the artificial intelligence, it is on a second level, that is a driving pattern recognition. There are different driving patterns available, that FTP 75, which we have using right now in this. Then UDDS, different driving cycles are available, which we can utilize for the simulation purpose here. And you are following the proper driving pattern using AI is maybe possible. That's why the research is going on in this area. So how we can implement the AI in the energy management system, that we are looking. And third was in the optimization policies to optimize the fuel consumption and to improve the lifetime of the fuel cell. So this is a fuel cell, PM fuel cell. It consists of anode, cathode, and there is a membrane part. So it takes the hydrogen as an input, oxygen as an input, and the byproduct you can see as the electrons are moving from the bulb, that is giving the electrons as output. And here the water is a byproduct, which is harmless. Then this technology, that fuel cell technology, is very new to us, and what we can see is that their energy density is high, but the power density is low. But in ultra capacitor and the batteries, you can see the energy density side, it is it is a balanced one, that energy density and the power density. Again, for battery, the charge and discharge cycle time is very high, and for ultra capacitor, charging and discharge is very fast. So you can charge discharge ultra capacitor in seconds, but for battery it takes hours to full charge and full discharge. So these are some advantage disadvantage of hybrid sources. So ultra capacitor is a one secondary source, battery is one secondary source, and we are looking this fuel cell as a primary source. So why we want to integrate is that because for fast transient, like we want to move our car from 0 to 100 kilometer per hour speed, we have to reach this within a seconds. So individual fuel cell cannot afford this to take your speed or power requirement from 0 to 100. So again, a battery can't discharge very fast. If we discharge battery fast, the lifetime of the battery will go down. So we need the third component, that is the ultra capacitor. So we are using this advantage of ultra capacitor. We are using that high energy storage, then low equivalent series resistance, then low temperature performance and fast discharge. That's why we are making a hybrid system which is applicable to EV. So we have considered the model where this is red one is application. There is a peak demand and a continuous power usage. For continuous power usage, we can use a primary energy source such as your engine or a electric side or fuel cell or battery. For peak power demand, energy storage like ultra capacitor can be used for quick discharge and charge. Right, while braking, we can charge your batteries also. Everyone knows that right now electrical vehicles are also in the market. So battery is already in picture with us. So this is a proposed system where fuel cell is a DC source. Actually, it is not a AC source. So DC is connected to DC-DC converter to boosting the voltage level. So this is a single DC bus where we can connect a fuel cell with the power electronics converter, DC to DC converter to DC bus. Then ultra capacitor is again a DC source. So DC to DC conversion is required for ultra capacitor also, sorry. And the battery is again a DC source. So we are forming a one DC bus where we have connected the three sources, and the purpose of three sources is different. Like fuel cell is unidirectional, you can see. Ultra capacitor and battery is connected to DC bus through bidirectional converter. That means they can charge from this DC bus and or they can discharge. So again, these two, ultra capacitor and battery, are those secondary. When to use ultra capacitor and when to use a battery is a main trick that energy management system has to be resolved. Energy management system has a controllers which give the proper PWM pulses to these converters, and then only the discharge from these devices will take place. And output is connected to DC to AC converter that will move your motor, that electric motor. And the last one is electric vehicle. So this energy management system, here we are proposing the RNN, that is rural network, recurrent neural network for energy management system. We are taking the input from the driving cycle pattern, that is what is our driving output, speed of the vehicle, current speed of the vehicle. Then the battery measurements like battery SOC, battery voltage, then ultra capacitor state of charge and ultra capacitor voltage level, what is the current discharge and everything. Same from fuel cell, what is fuel cell voltage, fuel cell current, actual fuel cell power. So continuously this EMS has to work, and it is getting data from all these different inputs. And this is the input layer of the recurrent network. These are the hidden layers, and this is output. Output is giving to the converters, which will convert your DC power, DC to DC conversion will take place, and it will decide whether we have to discharge the capacitor or we have to charge the capacitor or a battery. So this paper presents RNN classifier that aids in training and testing the input constraint, and the targeted output is a phase delay. This PWM output is we called as a phase delay, which value is between 0 to 1. Then the execution of the developed arrangement is related to the standard arrangement to validate the efficacy of with respect to varied error measurements. So at the end, we have done varied error measurements for different algorithm with respect to RNN, and we will show the results for them. So RNN has a three main layers. One is the input, then hidden layers, and the output layers. So there are weighting matrices, that is P and R as the weights. P is between the input layer and a hidden layer. R is for hidden layers, and Q is for hidden layer. Sorry, R is for hidden layer and output layer. So in RNN, everyone knows that it stores some of the output layer, some of the outputs of the output layer, and it will feed back to the input layer. So it is taking the feedback of the system so that we will get the precise output. So for input parameters, we have used a FTP75 cycle. From this cycle, we have used some of the driving cycle to train the system. Then there is a vehicle speed, FTP driving cycle, fuel cell power, battery power, SOC battery, then ultra capacitor, UC SOC, and required power and efficiency. These are all the inputs to your RNN, and output is, as I said, the phase delay. So we have run the system for two different driving cycles. This is one driving cycle pattern, and this is second driving cycle pattern. For both, actually here the normalized results are displayed, and what we have observed from error matrices, that what output we required for the speed and speed of the vehicle, we have compared with the standard versus the reference, and with different algorithm. That is, first one is a neural network, then TNN, then SVN, and last column is RNN. So these three are implemented for electrical vehicle for different, I think, capacity system. But we have kept all the capacity systems same for all the four algorithms and run the system, and we measured the different error matrix with different conditions, that is LP, that is giving training set. So first we have given the model the 60% training data, then 70%, and then 80%. And based on that, we can observe that RNN is giving the good result compared to these two, which is nearest to this only. But the output of this driving cycle, that is FC power, then the speed catching, everything, which depends all on these error matrices. So basically we design and establish the artificial intelligence for EMS We have simulated these results in MATLAB Simulink, and energy management is accompanied by RNN, as I said, and simulation comparison is done with NNN, DNN, and SVU. So these are some references we have which has used NNN, CNN, and DNN. Thank you very much. Any question?
Thank you, Dr. Sneha. Namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar. Thank you.
Dr. Sneha, I have one question that what is the reason of using recurrent neural network? Why not something else?
Sir, there is no specific reason because we are trying that which algorithm can be practically implemented and it gives the better result. So we are working on CNN also, RNN and DNN, all three. This
Mhm.
conference paper we presented the RNN results with this.
Okay.
And this is like a PhD work is going on with Harsh PhD is going on. So
Right.
all three are going to compare and ultimately the conclusion will come after the simulations that whether anyone we can practically implement it because
Mhm.
we have planned to do it in on a hardware in loop simulation.
Mhm.
So whether it can be practically implemented and though it is giving us the good results, it should be practically implemented one. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, that is very
one,
means it's a nice attempt, I must say that, because you are amalgamating both three of them: ultra capacitor, fuel cell, and then battery. Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
making all these three to run in tandem is really difficult, basically. Okay, because one is, as you said, it is one unidirectional and two are bidirectional. So
yes,
that two, those who are those two require their own charging and discharging. Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
that is something very challenging.
yes, sir.
But still, if I just want to if I, as uh, a regular user of the car, uh, a normal car with embedding all your this three system like fuel cell and fuel your ultra capacitor and uh, uh, batteries, how much cost is going to increase with, if I convert my normal car into your this fuel car?
The cost right now, like I can't say about the costing because all three that battery already developed product, but still lithium ion battery is in under phase like Tesla and everyone are doing research on the minimization of the cost. And then
Mm,
ultra capacitor, many few Maxwell is the one that is implementing the ultra capacitor. I have used the Maxwell ultra capacitor, but I've
mm,
used long back like 5 years ago the costing, and right now the costing is dropped. Again,
mm,
same for the fuel cell. So
mm,
I think when these algorithms going to implement after below the 10 years, after 10 years, the costing may be reduced. And exact costing right now, I can't say about that part because how much capacity is batteries you are using, then how much ultra capacitor but you are utilizing. Like now, we have electrical vehicles, Tata electrical vehicles, which starts from like 17 lakhs to 25 lakhs, and your Mercedes EV is 90 lakhs also. So it's all depends on the technology which is using inside,
mhm.
and that depends on that the costing will vary. So
Right.
how low cost technology you want to implement, that depends. But the
And
performance also vary based on the cost.
right, right, I understand that, because ultra capacitor and fuels are very costly at present, even at
Yeah, at
this stage
present,
also.
yes, yes, yes.
And the cost of the car will boom, or maybe normal people may not be able to afford it.
Not able to afford.
Right. But, another question is there, because I am a person of machine learning, the recurrent neural network, and you said that you have used the DNN in the sense deep neural network, maybe some
Yes,
convolutional neural network you must have used.
yes.
With this limited data, you should not expect that DNN give you the better result. Okay, obviously recurrent will give better result in that case, but
Okay,
if the data is going to increase, I am expecting that this DNN will also give you the better results. In fact, you can
okay.
also try with the long short term memory networks of CNN version. Okay.
LSTM. So,
LSTM, right?
okay. Yes.
LSTM, or you can make it by LSTM also, bidirectional LSTM, because in
Okay.
these cases what happens, whatever the power or the data which is coming, it need to be stored, and it should be stored in both the directions, in the forward direction also and in the backward direction also, because
Yes.
that helps you to analyze that how much charging is happening, how much discharging happening, how much power is being consumed or being generated by the fuel cell. Okay, as the
Yes.
things are not consistent from all the three resource, from all the three sources, they are not consistent. That's why it is you need to have their stored values. So that can
Okay.
also be tried. Okay, thank
Okay.
you, thank
Okay.
you so much.
Yes. Thank you, sir. That is very
Thank you so
valuable
much.
inputs because we are from power electronics background
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I
Huh?
needed these things for
Right,
it.
right.
Thank
I'm from also the electronic background only, but I basically work in signals and images.
you.
But
Okay.
it is nice to hear about your work. It is quite good work, and I wish you all the best for
Thank
your
you.
future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next one. And the next paper we have is Sentiment Analysis in Social Media Marketing, Leveraging Natural Language Processing for Customer Insights. And it will be presented by Gaurav Kumar. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it is visible now, I think.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Good afternoon, all dignitaries present over here. Myself, Gaurav Kumar, and I am the PhD scholar in the Department of
Gaurav, raise
Gaurav,
your
your
volume,
voice is
please.
low.
It is now, sir.
No, you're not audible. Increase the volume, please.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I think increase my volume.
You're still not audible, Gaurav.
Okay. These are the my paper title is Sentiment Analysis in Social Media Marketing, leveraging NLP for customer insights. And these are the indexing part, abstract, introduction, related work, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, and future scope, and then references. First one we have to show abstract part. In the nowadays, social media platform are just like the tool and modern companies several crucial challenges for communication with a customer with consumer and advertising their products and services, and the sentiment analysis just like the is a branch of NLP exploring for powerful tool to extract the valuable consumer insight from the vast pool user uh, generated content on the platform like Facebook and Twitter, and it is the sentiment analysis automatically classify the textual data like Twitter and this Twitter, Facebook posting and online reviews and the other things. And this article just like deliver the techniques or employed as the sentiment analysis such as the uh, machine learning, deep learning approach with addressing with the challenging unit of the social media data, and such as the managing noisy language and the context of the depending sentiment. And the introduction part we have to show the social media with the uh, specific and the vast user generated content, and it is the usual the area based business with the aiming of the event and target the build customer loyalty and stay ahead to the digital marketing landscape. And it leveraging achievement for NLP has become a valuable tool and extracting of the inside social media data, allowing the marketers and understand the user sentiment, attitudes, and feeling behind their interactions. And NLP algorithm and machine learning model will allow for read consumer sentiments and assess the brand of information on the monitor real time trends and the concern like making the sentiments analysis in the strategy perspective, and it may enhance customer service, question management, and innovation, but noisy and social media data scam and dependent on the sentiment present over us. And these are the related work we have done, opening the opening mm, sentiment analysis used the computers to recognize and extract feeling the from written content and determine the how people feel about concerned products, services, or topics, and use the NLP advanced sentiment analysis accuracy has been improved by uh, extensive study and language feature where the used to identify the tweets as bad or natural research like that. These are the reference we have to use, and social media's growing use showing potential consumer sentiment analysis used to Twitter and understand the public mood and financial marketers, and it demonstrates the competitive advantage organization can gain by the analyzing customer comments online in the development marketing strategy. And a recent advancement in NLP, particularly deep learning, has significantly improved the sentiment analysis capability. The groundbreaking work such as using the recursion of the deep model and major advancement in the field and the use of NLP gathering consumer inside the social media study technological progress and aiming of the capture the diverse voice online strategy inside. And these are the purpose.
Gaurav, your voice is very low. Can you please increase your volume?
Ma'am, it is full increase.
So okay,
It's
continue. Keep the mic
100,
close to your mouth.
Ma'am, it is the 100%.
Keep the
Then
mic close to your mouth, please.
okay.
Uh,
Proposed methodology in the we have to use the research methodology for studying the method strategy of the analysis the data. So first one is the data source product review social platform that uh, indicate the social source of data which structure and unstructured data from the products review social platform. And second one the database structure and unstructured data and tracking methods and tracking approach self improved. And tracking methods in this the branch of the approach for tracking data and general tracking method just like the self improved and the approach and employing more active personal tracking the techniques. And after the entity extraction using the NLP, NER, named entity recognition and online sentiment source trend related. And NLP the connected with the content analysis, text mining, uh, and the trend analysis with the connected and combining of the methods and the opening mining and the social network. And the combining of the method, this indicate that the best result come from combination of the content analysis, trend analysis, and opening mining. And after the summarize result, the final step into summarize the result and which could involve the presenting the finding in the comprehensive and just like the unstructured way to likely inform the business or marketing strategy. And the next the flow diagram of the proposed methodology with the social media platform. This uh, uh, this to collect the data and the I can represent users to the uh, interaction with the social media platform and data aggregation. After that, the data pre-processing, and data pre-processing mean, the this step to just like the clean on the data and normalizing the step of the possible transforming and it to format suitable for the analysis and text embedding and classification. The classification property to the classify the context refer to sentiment classification and emoji to indicate the text being the classified into the different sentiment category and such as the negative, natural, or positive. And the sentiment analysis transform the social media marketing methods we have to use. In the case study, the Netflix and Airbnb and in the Netflix, the world leading the streaming company like the uh, sentiment analysis to just like the enhance the content of the recommending engine and by the analyzing user comments review and online conservation and Air1 sentiment analysis to provide the unparalleled user experiences and boost customer satisfaction and analyze to guest review and online interactions help to everyone gather with the valuable information about the visitors sentiments and embedding the improvement of the property just like the offering host and advice the for the creating memorable. And these are the result and discussion part in this to enable the NLP exploring of the sentiment analysis to social media marketing has and detail of the significance finding and to essential of the part to embedding by the NLP and exploring of the sentiment analysis to social media marketing and uh, the significant finding and two essential feature considering of the research and enhancing the sentiment analysis and it's the transformative the influence of the marketing plans and next the revolutionary potential in the light of ability of the provide the valuable insight the audience emotions prepare that like the view guiding marketing decision and it's of the fundamental core of the advertising and uh, there are the two parts first one the inherent and the first one the inherent part is less of the sentiment analysis in this part. The sentiment analysis is not just the technical advancement of the strategy necessary for modern the company that's like the digital age and the identifying the measuring customer sentiment across the social media platform providing the valuable insight into the uh, emotional reactions performance preferences and the views and this understanding the act of the guiding of the marketing decision product development and customer engagement strategy and sentiment analysis just like the deep of the customer sentiment and the of the trends and the identification and analyzing the marketing impact with the addressing of the concern properly and next one, the effect on the advertisement methods. These are the effecting of the sentiment analysis transform just like the marketing trends of the enable personalized and relevant communication with the audience, and it directs content the generating and messaging with the aligned predominated sentiment of the target audience and identify the effective of the communication just like challenging and optimal timing increase the and like throughout the restoring of the audience and managing with the company image sentiment analysis allow the product addressing of the unvariable opening mining of the public related these are the conclusion part. Mainly emotion, insight, priority, crucial role of the sentiment analysis, and we have to see real time optimization and the revolutionary impact. And, in this and the future scope, the sentiment analysis in the social media marketing holding up the significant promise for the future, and advancements in the natural language processing with the extremely with the sentiment analysis capability with the interpreting of the suitable attitudes, and including the SARS, SAM, and Iran's, and real time in sentiment monitoring will become more accurate, and allowing the shift response to the emerging trends or issues, and the it will interest with the future technologies such as the AI powered chatbot, and providing the more personalized consumer experiences, and evolving into the control and the socially responsible marketing. And these are the references. I think.
Gaurav, sentiment analysis is about handling the different type of datas, right? You have to take the image or some at some time. You have to take audio sometime. You have to take text sometime, right? So
Yes.
this data aggregation is very important in that case. How, what method you have used for the data integration, or you would suggest to use for the data integration? Say that I'm having these three types of data.
Sorry, sir. I'm not understand.
Say that I'm having three data types: image,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
I have audio,
Yes. And text.
and I have text.
Yes.
How you will do the aggregation of the data?
And data aggregation, just like the transforming, cleaning, and loading into the we have to target ensuring.
Okay, fine. Next presenter, please.
Thank you for your presentation. Let's move to the next presentation. And it is sentiment analysis of product reviews from Amazon, Flipkart, and Twitter. And this will be presented by Avanti Dhiran. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Yes, ma'am. So, good afternoon, one and all present here. Sir, actually, Avanti Dhiran is not available right now. I'm Shashmita Mahapatra, one of the co-author. Can I continue with presentation?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay, thank you. So, the topic of presentation is sentiment analysis of product reviews from Amazon, Flipkart, and Twitter. So, it is a collaborative effort of our guide, Dr. Padma Adani ma'am, me, and my team member Shruti Kalurwar and Avanti Dhiran from Shri Ramadeva College of Engineering and Management, Nagpur. So fortunately, people like to write online reviews to express their feelings about their purchase experiences. Think of how often you do research on YouTube, Twitter, and different sites like Amazon and Flipkart for watching reviews and ratings before making any purchases. Before you make a purchase commitment, you want to know how others feel about their experiences with some same products and services you are about to buy. In fact, 94% of consumers claim that they read online reviews. In many cases, shoppers trust online reviews more than recommendations by their friends. So, in such digital world, sentiment analysis of product reviews from multiple platforms will be very helpful for customers to buy product and also helpful for businesses to know how satisfied the customers are with their products or services. So generally the feedback provided by customer on product can be categorized into positive, negative and neutral. So let's go to the implementation part. Implementation part has been divided into 3 phases. First is scrapping data, which involves gathering tweets by utilizing Twitter APIs, and scrap customer reviews from Amazon and Flipkart for specified product. Next is data preprocessing, which involves cleaning the collected data by removing irrelevant information that do not provide much information for sentiment analysis, such as URLs, hashtags, stop words, and etc. Here we are also processing emojis because now people are heavily uses emojis for express their feelings. So using processing emojis will help us to extract more insights from the reviews. Third phase is classification and visualization. Here it will classify the processed review as positive, negative, or neutral using trained ML model. And the result will be visualized using pie chart and word cloud, which will help to gain further insights into customer sentiments. Let's see the details of first phase, that is scrapping data. Firstly, user will be provided with easy to use interface where user need to give the product name for sentiment analysis. Then using web scraping technique, it will extract reviews on specified product from Amazon and Flipkart, and will also extract tweets associated with specified product using Twitter APIs. For example, TweetPy can be used for extracting tweets. Next step will be after gathering data from multiple platforms is pre-processing. It involves processing of emojis and emoticons. As I said, people heavily use various emojis to express their feelings. So processing of emojis will be very helpful to get customer sentiment. After that, remove irrelevant data like URLs, hashtags from reviews. Next step will be feature extraction. Feature extraction can be used for converting our sentences into word embeddings, which are machine understandable language. And then third step will be classification. We have trained a machine learning model, that is BERT model, which is a technique developed by Google based on the transformers mechanism. Now the results of ML model will be visualized using pie chart and word cloud image. Pie chart visualization using pie chart will be helpful for overall market perception about the product. It shows the distribution of sentiment categories like positive, negative, and neutral in customer tweets and product reviews. Next is visualization using word cloud image. This highlights the frequently occurring words and phrases within the customer feedback. This visual representation will provide insights into the key themes, topics, and sentiments expressed by customers. This is the word cloud image to represent the frequently occurring words on Motorola G9 product reviews. So coming to the conclusion, it provides user-friendly interface for easy interaction and visualize the sentiments expressed by customer towards the product. We can easily visualize customer insights for fast analysis. And word cloud image helps to accurately target operational improvements at problem areas. Additionally, tweets and reviews associated with products from multiple platforms provide overall market perception about that product. And it will be useful for both customer to know other feelings about that product before making any purchase, and will also used by businesses to accurately target operational improvements at problem areas. These are some references that we have used. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sushmita. as
Yes.
Amazon, Flipkart, and everyone is already using this sentiment analysis heavily, and that's why we are able to see the product that we have just searched on Flipkart or Amazon everywhere, right? On
Yes.
wherever we browse. That is what the sentiment analysis is all about, I think. Am I right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the thing is that the question that I asked to earlier participant as well, that in sentiment analysis, basically the data that you have to aggregate is not of a one single type. It used to be a different type of data, like text, image, maybe audio. So now most important task is that converting that data, converting the information from each that data into a single mode, right? So what
Yes.
data integration methods that are used? Can you tell me that?
Sir, in our research paper, we have not considered audio, video, or some images. We are only processing text. But if we
Text
will
data.
consider images or something audio, then we can go with CNN.
Hmm. In the text also, how do you find the sentiment? Say that the text is talking good about something.
Yes.
Okay. How do you
Yeah.
find that?
Yeah, so like for example, the meaning of the text depends on the context. Context. So there are many NLP techniques that are available. For example, we have used sentence transformer for converting those sentences into word embeddings, which also associated with their meanings associated with it. So when word embeddings given by the transformer will be fed into the BERT ML model. So especially BERT is an NLP technique for processing natural languages. So it can like classify the sentences as positive, negative, or neutral based on that word embeddings.
Okay,
As
thank you.
yeah,
Thank you, thank you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Yeah.
Let's move to the next one. So the next paper we have is Socio-Technical Approaches to Solid Waste Management in Rural India, a case study of smart pipe composting in Jaipur district, Karnataka. And this will be presented by Chetan RK. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Is it audible and is it visible on my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. So I am Chetan. So my title is socio-economic. My paper title is socio-technical approach to solid waste management in rural India. A case study of smart pipe composting in Raichur district, Karnataka. So it is a part of Living Lab. As a part of Living Lab, we visited Raichur, Kurtakunda. The objective of a program is to understand rural India and analyze the difficulties and challenges which is faced by the rural people. And these are all the my co-authors. And let us move to the objective of a paper to better understand the difficulties in managing solid waste management in India. This proposed model helps understand and change the conventional waste management system and to understand the usage of modern technology to help create a sustainable environment in order to flourish the roots of the country. To design a smart pipe composite design to ensure the addressal of challenges observed in the community. When it comes to the introduction, in India, a rural area, around 65%, 800 million people are experiences severe sanitation and waste management problems. The absence of clean and functional toilets leads to open defecation and creating problem to health as well as environment. The rural population don't have the awareness of disposal and it creates health problem towards the community. The government of India recognized the challenges and launched the Swachh Bharat mission in 2014. It helps to almost 60% of the families started access to the toilets. It reduces a certain percentage of open defecations. The current system, the rural areas in India grapple with a severe lack of clean and functional toilets. It's contributing open defecation practices. The Swachh Bharat mission made strides but fell short of eradicating open defecation completely. Lack of information's awareness impedes effective waste management in rural community. Improper disposal practices, including open dumping, burning, not using existing waste management systems. From the existing system, it is difficult to achieve active involvement for communities and changing behavioral shifts towards sustainable practices. The methodology which we are used, like we are used PRA tool, like participatory rural approach appraisal. So the first tool which we are using under that is resource mapping. From this, we highlighted the distribution of social and natural resources. And noteworthy findings includes the inadequate of waste disposal facilities and the prevalence of junkyards in the north part of the community, the accumulation of waste due to the absence of proper discharge drainage system, and these are all the things which we identify from the help of resource map. And continue with the PRA and income and expenditure matrix. Here, the economic landscape of Kortakonda was explored through a income expenditure matrix, detecting financial flows in the village, gathered information from the group discussion as well as the informants, and it revealed that 60% of the community is depending on the agricultural activity. And the third PRA tool, that inflow outflow diagram, it helps to understand the circulation of resources into and out of the villages. Through group discussion, it becomes evident that the community imported essential items and the services, indicating dependency on the external sources. There is no inflow outflow related to waste management, highlighting a lack of local government support in addressing this particular issues. And the last method that which part of a PRA is we used problem tree, and this helps to differentiate the causes effect of relationship with the identified challenges through the group discussions. The main problem which we come to know that unemployment and drainage problem and lack of waste management. When it comes to the proposed concept, the model advocated for embedded pipe compositing as a primary solution for treating household organic waste. PVC pipes are utilized for storing biodegradable waste, solid waste reductions. Microbial culture, like such as effective microorganism solutions, are applied in between to accelerate the compositing process. To manage the intensity of the waste production, they can have multiple pipe lines. Compositing period nearly 30 to 35 days will be involved, and proposed model incorporate IoT for monitoring and controlling the composite process. Sensors are integrated to monitor parameters such as temperature, moisture content, and oxygen level. An automated system triggers alert if parameters exceeds predetermined thresholds, enabling timely instruction, and that's the problem can be prevented and solved. The IoT system facilitates remote management of compositing units, ensuring effective operations over an extended period. Continuing moisturing enhances the efficiency of the waste to manure conversion process. The diagram of the process concept using two PVC pipes and employment of the sensors elements to determine the waste quantity and quality. This system helps to monitor multiple parameters like temperature, moisture content, and oxygen level. It helps to ensure the optimal conditions for microbial activities. In case of increase in the predetermined threshold parameters, the IoT system triggers and alert the message to notify the operator, and it helping to solve the things. When it comes to the conclusions, this is the study we inquired into the challenges faced by the rural communities in the solid waste management, aiming to user in immediate positive changes through the technology with the help of participatory rural appraisal, that is PRA. We gained insight into the community livelihood and proximity issues with solid waste management as focal point. The smart pipe composite system empowers household to manage organic waste in their own premises. As we advocate for an awareness campaigning on waste management and hygiene practices, a study offers a preliminary system design with ongoing research, refining the solution based on the waste types and quantities we are accumulating in the development of an prototype. So these are all some references which we have used, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chetan. Nice presentation. I'm just one concern that it's all about monitoring basically. It's not an automated system which actually performs the or solves the problem, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
yeah,
and also I'm
somewhere because IoT based monitoring is very it's now very common thing now. Obviously, yes, but the application is very important to in your case, and application is very important. But yes, you people can also think of making it automated using that IoT information on the cloud. You can develop some systems to maybe you can decide on 10 locations, and that 10 locations some automated system can be there which can do the necessary actions based on the data coming from the IoT. That
yes,
can
sir.
be done, right?
Thank
You. Right.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Please. You wanted to say something?
No, nothing, sir. Like I'm from a non-technical background, and my colleagues are working on that. So
Yes.
I'll intimate these messages.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. So we are left with two papers. Firstly, I would like to call Shivani Thapar for the paper title Arithmetic Optimization Algorithm, a review of variants and applications. You can share your screen and start the presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So I'm Shivani Thapar. I'm doing my PhD in the topic of meta-heuristic algorithms at GNDU Amritsar. And this is one of the initial paper that I have prepared in my PhD studies. And the paper is related to arithmetic optimization algorithm, a review of variance and application. So basically, arithmetic optimization algorithm is a type of meta-heuristic algorithm which is used to find the optimal solution in a set of search space. So the arithmetic, like the name suggests, it is inspired by the division operator, multiplication operator, subtraction operator, and addition operator. So this is the rough model that the base paper and the base author has used. And we have tried to search for the related papers to this algorithm from year 2021 to 2023 using keywords arithmetic optimization algorithm, arithmetic optimization algorithm hybrid, arithmetic optimization variant, bio-inspired meta-heuristic methods and optimization problems, application of arithmetic optimization algorithm. So these are the few keywords that we have used as key search string, and we had searched the databases like Web of Science, IEEE Explore, Science Direct, Scopus, and Springer to find the set of papers related to this. And the included inclusion criteria that we have used is that we only selected papers that had comprehensive content with results and validation, along with the variants and their applications. And we didn't use the paper in other languages, paper shorter than 4 pages, and papers which were not available in full text, book chapters, or commentaries. So only we used the journal papers and quality journal papers with results and comprehensive coverage of the content and the variant. So how the changes have been made to the base algorithm, what changes have been made to enhance what qualities, and on which platform the algorithm was tested and run, and where they are applied. So this is the rough percentage breakup of the journals: MDPI, Elsevier, Taylor Francis, ACM, and IEEE Access and Springer. So this is the rough percentage pie chart of how we divided the paper based on the publisher. So first paper is the base paper itself in the survey, AOA, and the base paper used 29 benchmark functions and engineering design problems, and the tools used were MATLAB. So original AOA, like I mentioned, it is inspired by the mathematical operators like multiplication, subtraction, division for diversification and intensification purposes. Then we discovered Rong-Zheng proposed improved AOA, which incorporates force switching mechanism, which facilitates more effective exploratory search and utilizes random math to enhance the diversity. So we see that this paper is using randomization to enhance the diversity of solutions and using the forced switching mechanism to switch between the two phases of intensification and diversification. The tool used are MATLAB, and the 3 classical engineering design problems were used. Now we have Rong-Zheng. He fused the based algorithm with the slime mold algorithm. So the algorithm that we have is DESMAOA, Deep Ensemble Slime Mold Algorithm. Here he incorporated the two algorithms in order to enhance the exploration capability and used it to solve engineering design problems and classical test functions. And this paper test was done on the MATLAB environment as well. Simulation results were carried out there. Then we had Sumika Chauhan. She also used hybrid of AOA and slime, but now she also used the lens of opposition-based learning, where there is opposition-based learning is basically used to again diversify the solution matrix and stretch the search space. So, and it was again applied on engineering design problems and 23 benchmark functions, and results were carried out on the MATLAB. Then we discovered some papers was using AOA, improved version of AOA, where parameters adaptive parameter equation was introduced, and this was used for robot path planning and robot workplace model, and the results were simulated on the MATLAB. Then we see that author Rehbab Ali Ibrahim and others have used elective fish optimization, and it is fused with AOA to enhance exploration ability, and it is used in feature selection problems, and the tests is done on the UC Irvine Medical Repository. Those are the databases that are used. Then we had Muhammad Abib Azaz. He also used the modified version of AOA, and then the modified version of AOA was basically used to enhance the cloud computing environment and cloud computing problems using HP2CN loads. And here we see that how the algorithm will be used to optimize that which device will be allotted and how many devices will be allotted for a particular operation. So here we see that improved modified version of AO is used in IoT environment. Then we have Jeffrey O. Angushka. This person used NAOA, natural logarithm ability was added into the traditional mathematical functions of addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. And then mechanical design engineering problem and benchmark functions were used to test the efficiency of this algorithm. Then we have opposition-based learning algorithm, arithmetic optimization algorithm, which was used in fuel cells, and the efficiency of the algorithm was tested using standard benchmark function in MATLAB. Then again, we have the base author Laith Abuligia, who used this hybrid of AOA and sine cosine algorithm to further enhance the algorithm.
Shivani, please conclude.
Okay, sir. So overall, we have studied over 20 papers, and we have found the applications in engineering design, IoT, robot path planning, and this basically we have divided the papers in power system designs, engineering design, various areas where they have been used, and highlights of the approach. That's it, sir.
Now, how the arithmetic optimization is different from normal optimization methods? Can you please describe that?
So basically, normal optimization, there can be numerous ways. They can be inspired by ant colonies or bees or fishes. Here we see it's a math-based algorithm. It is inspired by math-based principles of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So far, there was not any algorithm inspired by
No,
the
but in that case, the performance of those arithmetic algorithms may not be good enough, or like an ant colony, or maybe ABC methods, or there is a
Sir,
swarm optimization, or like that.
yes, sir. In optimization algorithms, sir, we basically have this no free lunch theory, where we see that no one algorithm is perfect for a particular problem. They may be doing good in power system design problems, but when it comes to, let's just say, engineering design problem, we might have to go with another algorithm, change it a little bit with optimization or techniques like opposition-based learning or Levi's flight, or fuse two algorithms together to find the optimal solution. So I think like no one particular algorithm is perfect for a
No,
problem.
not perfect. I understand that. But what happens when the things are, uh, if I want to predict a good road, or there are different roads are there to reach from one place to another place, but I have to choose the best one. Okay. So for that, the parameters are different. The constraints are different. Okay.
Yes.
And that are included into the conventional methods of optimization. But I don't know about arithmetic, because with the word, or with what you have described about AOA, I understand that it is something which is very good for some uh, categorizable data, means which can be easily categorized data.
Yes.
So
Yes.
is it like that,
So
or
yes.
it can handle the non-linearities basically?
Sir, so far I have seen that it is used for mostly linear problems like power system design and single objective problems.
Right, that is it. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's move to the last presentation. Biased resilient elephant flow detection in distributed SDNs through federated learning. And this will be presented by Kautar Bausat. You can share your screen.
Hello everyone. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. First, I would like to thank you for accepting my presentation, even if it's not in the same room. I don't know if I am sharing now. Okay, just 1 second. You see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. First, hello everyone. My name is Kautar Boussaoud. I'm from ICTCS laboratory at National Institute of Post and Telecommunication in Morocco. And I'm so glad to attend the ICTCS to present our paper titled The Based Resilient Elephant Flow Detection in Distributed SDN Tropha Federated Learning. So to delve into the work details, we will follow the following outline. We will start with the introduction of the SDN, traffic engineering, federated learning, and our motivation. We will discuss our proposed system. We will also show an experiment and performance analysis. And finally, we will end the presentation with a conclusion and future of our work. So for the software-defined network is a new network design strategy that use the software-based controller to manage and control the network. So the software-defined network came up with a new strategy, which is separate the plane control from the data control in a network device. So where the plane control is the layer responsible for making decision how to forward or to handle the traffic over the entire network, while the data control is the layer that take care of the forwarding the traffic in accordance with the decision that the SDN controller or the data or the control plane done. So the main case trait of the SDN is the centralization, the control centralization, because it's allowed to managing, optimizing the network from a single point. Also the programmability. So the SDN provide a layer that allow to program and create an intelligent script that allow to control the network, and the dynamic traffic engineering, which traffic routing optimization and load balancing in a real time. In addition to that, the software-defined network has an open interface, which make them compatible with many standards. And most of them, or the most known, are the OpenFlow and the API, like the REST API or the RESTful API. Now let's talk about one other concept, which is the traffic engineering. So the traffic engineering is an important element in the network, and it refers to a kind of method that are used to optimize the performance of a network by dynamically analyzing, predicting, monitoring, and managing the network traffic by designing a routing method to forward the traffic. So traffic engineering targets many issues in a network aspect, such as optimization of a load balancing, packet loss minimization, quality of service maximization, energy consumption, and consumption minimization, optimization, network resource and utilization of this resource, and also it minimize end-to-end delay and congestion. And now we will present federated learning, because it's one element of our proposed system. So the federated learning is a machine learning approach that allow a model to be trained across multiple decentralized servers. So also it's enabled to train a model without need to share, without need to have a global data. So the model is trained locally on a device where the data reside, and only the model updated or gradient are shared with the central server or among the device. Now we will move to our motivation. So our paper tackle one of the traffic engineering problem. As I mentioned before in the concept, congestion is one of these traffic engineering issues, and our paper try to handle it using the machine learning, using federated learning, and by detecting one of the most important elements is the elephant flow and the mouse flow. For the elephant flow is referred to a packet that has a large data, while the mouse flow is referred to a packet who has just a not large data. So our motivation also stand behind that the software-defined network is designed to overcome the limitation of a legacy network or the traditional IP network when it's come to forwarding a huge data, a huge amount of data, scalability, security, performance, and the flexibility. Also, traffic engineering in SDN is challenging as well as it is in legacy network, but the programmability of the SDN traffic engineering technique improvement is feasible and meaningful. Also, one of our motivation is that the detection of elephant flow and mouse flow allow to permit or to avoid the congestion, and also many solution based big data and system and machine learning algorithm have been introduced to analyze and predict traffic engineering behavior. So we choose to use federated learning to ensure the privacy and preservation of data, reduce the communication overhead, security, and energy consumption. Before this paper, we have also made a contribution in the same field, I mean congestion detection and elephant flow detection using just the supervised machine learning algorithm. This paper tried to improve it by using federated learning with the sense to save and to ensure the privacy preservation of data. So our proposed system, we propose a distributed software-defined network that contain a domain. Each domain contain a random number of a device, which are a switch, a network switch, managed by a single SDN controller. So the device sent to the SDN a data that contain a metrics of the traffic, kind of parameter or measurement of the traffic, and also the controller will use it to extract feature needed to detect or classify a flow as an elephant flow or as a mouse flow. So this is an illustration of our proposed system. As you see, we have a domain, and each domain is managed by one SDN controller. So each controller will participate in a federated setting to train the global model. The setting will be shared and used to detect elephant flow and mouse flow. Each controller collects data, training trains the local model, perform the local update without sharing with the elsewhere in order to grant privacy for the controlled domain. A controller will be elected among the controller to perform the federated server task depending on the criteria such as availability, performance, and connectivity. The server task can be performed by several controllers asynchronously to avoid the problem of the single point of failure regarding the federated learning service. It's kind of backup that it take into account. So for the experimental for the experiment and the result, so in this the simulation consists of an environment. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay, no, what's this one? Sorry. Okay, for we conduct a comparative analysis between the local trainer model and the global model, which is trained using the federated approach. We propose to highlight an efficiency and advantage of our method. The data set is generated using a traffic generator, which is open source, which is called a distributed internet traffic generator, and to generate a realistic data to our architecture. The distributed internet consists of three main components, which are the IT generator, sender, receiver, and decoder. And these three elements, once perform as a server, the other as a client, and for the decoder, he will decode the traffic sent from the sender to the receiver and extract the metric. So we use a Python script to how to say that, to create a traffic that can, for example, support different protocol such as TCP or UDP, and we try to collect various parameters that we'll use to detect if
Kautal,
it
come
is.
to
Yeah,
your results, please.
yeah, okay, sorry. So for our results, so this is this performance. We perform the locally trained model across model on the local test data set. So yeah, sorry, I think. Okay. So according to this plot, we notice that we see, even if we train separately a logistic regression and Gaussian naive Bayes on training data of each domain. So we evaluate this data, and here we have an imbalanced data. But the evaluation show that the performance is well, which doesn't prove that the model is highly performed. While for the second thing, we use imbalanced data for the global test data, and it's prove a poor performance where we need face a new context. So, and the third case, so we have deployed the federated learning to train the global model. They show that the accuracy of the system when we are using a global when are training the global model using a local data set, it show that the model perform well. So for the conclusion, just to sum up, we have introduced a software-defined network and the traffic engineering and federated learning. We have exhibit our motivation behind deploying the federated learning to detect elephant flow and mass flow detection. So also we propose our comparative study where we have compared logistic regression and Gaussian naive in training globally and local and global data set, and we show the improvement of using federated learning to train the global model on a local data set. So in our future work, we attempt to adapt the federated learning approach to more complex hierarchical SDN network, and also we are attempting to coordinate multiple elected federated servers to enhance our resilience against a potential single point of failure. So, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Kautal. It's a nice work that you have done. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Only the thing is that what is the concern from my side, that when we talk about federated learning, it is basically for the local models, not for the global one.
Yes.
But you have tried it here for the global also.
Yes, as we show here, like, sorry.
What is the reason for that? I just want to ask you the reason.
Yes, yeah, the reason for that is as I mentioned before, is to like a kind for the privacy of preservation of data. For example, here when any domain we will train the data locally. So what it will be shared with the server is not the data itself, but just the metric that's allowed to train the global model, and it is the same thing for the other domain. So that's why the central model or the server the federated learning server will just train the model data, the local data based on the metric that it is communicated, not the data itself. And this is one important thing, is to preserve the privacy of data.
Of the data, right?
Yeah.
One more question. That
Yes.
when we talk about uh, the methods, that model that you have used for the training,
Yeah.
that is, one is regression and one is the Gaussian.
Yeah.
Why not to go for some another methods? Why
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
chosen those
yeah,
methods?
yes, yeah. As I mentioned before, that in our previous work, we have how to say that we have make elephant flow detection and the mouse flow detection, and also usually in the congestion detection, and we have evaluate the performance of all the supervised machine learning. So, and we noticed that logistic regression and naive Gaussian was the well performing, and they are a kind of parametric algorithm, not like other algorithm like decision tree and yeah.
Because the data must be somewhat linear. So what I suggest that
Yeah.
you take the local models,
Okay.
provide them federated learning, right?
Yeah.
Take the outputs of those local models and give it to the global model and see that global model is being learned with some deep learning. I think in that case you will be having even more better results. Already you
Okay.
are at
Yeah.
99.9, that's
Yeah.
I cannot say about it. But
Okay.
if the network is getting complex, in that case
Okay.
local models, running a lot of local models will be increasing the
Uh-huh.
computations cost, and the decision will come after some time. Okay. And
Okay. Okay. I get the
that may
idea.
be delaying your problem. Means the
Okay.
problem may not be solved in a particular time. So
Okay.
in that
And
case, it will be a difficulty for the
yeah.
handling the traffic congestion, right?
Understand. Yeah, sir, you propose that we use the deep learning to handle this stuff.
The
Yes?
global model, not for the
The
local
global
models.
model.
Local models you
Ah,
can use the regression or Bayesian, whatever you have used, because
okay.
basically at
Mm-hmm.
the local node points, the data is remains a little bit linear one. But when we are
Okay.
talking about the global models, the condition may be maybe non-linear. So in that cases, maybe you can use some deep learning and see
Okay.
that instead of federated learning, you can use
Okay.
the conventional learning methods like supervised, unsupervised, whatever it is, right?
Okay. Okay. I get the
Okay,
idea.
thank you,
Thank
thank you
you,
so
sir.
much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
So thank you everyone for attending this session. As you can see, the presentation has happened here, ranging from different domains, and I'm really enjoyed this session, hearing to all of you, and I wish all of the success to all of you for your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Gargi, over to you.
Yes, so we have come to the end. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being the part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of whole team, thank you for the support during this 8th version and previous 7 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2024. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificate through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTCS 2023. I also thank our session chair, Professor Narendra Londe, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of the team ICTCS 2023 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence. So I request all of you to please turn on the camera so that we can take a quick snapshot. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.